Hi, Tom McGuire with Precision Diagnostics here at our Madison, Wisconsin location today. I want to pose a question to you. Is your sublet vendor a problem solver or just a problem for your business? Let's take a moment and talk about how you really can tell. Sublet challenges are clearly nothing new to the collision industry. The question you must ask yourself, though, is do they need to continue to be? Collision center operators are tasked with a growing multitude of challenges, from changing insurance partner metrics, rental cost pressures, CSI standards, and technician shortages, just to name a few. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to make some aspect of the collision industry easy? Actually, there is, and it starts with having the true sublet partner. How do you know if your sublet vendor is committed to your success or not? Today I'm going to show you a few specific examples that you should use to determine if your sublet operations are driving your results forward or if they're silently destroying them. Number one, you must take a critical look at your sublet vendor's relevant industry experience. The traditional sublet world is commonly identified by the collision shop needing to use multiple vendors, often on the same job, to solve a variety of sublet needs. It is not uncommon to see a car go to the alignment shop, then to the calibration provider, whether that be a dealer or an independent vendor, then to a paint protection film applicator. All the while, the collision shop either pays to tow these cars around or suffers profit reductions by having multiple employees drive these cars from vendor to vendor. The collision repair has now just risked their integrity, their cycle time, and the success on the staff of multiple vendors who likely have very limited experience in the collision industry. I encourage you to look at your multiple vendors and consider the actual experience level that really understands the inner workings of your shop. A sublet provider without actual collision experience ultimately becomes a liability to the collision center. You typically don't have a mechanic weld on a quarter panel when you have a trained structural tech who masters that skill. Why would you have someone without exposure to the collision industry handle your sublet issues? It's scary. Number two, does your current sublet provider specialize in a single or limited number of services, leaving you with the challenges of having to coordinate multiple resources on repairs that may need multiple sublet operations? Historically, there has not been a true sublet solution focused strategically on the collision repair shop. The increasing pressures of the collision repair from insurance partners and customers absolutely beg for a better alternative. If you have to take sublet operations to shop A for an alignment, shop B for calibrations, shop C for AC work, shop D for SRS work, and so on, you are facing efficiency problems that are and will continue to strangle your efficiency and erode your final results. Number three, and this is a big one to consider, does your sublet provider service retail or dealer internal customers? Guess what? Your sublet just became less of a priority. How do you deliver a car on time at month end when your local dealer puts your calibration or closed fluid system refill behind an army of retail and internal customers? If your sublet resources are not solely focused on the collision shop customer, they will become an absolute hurdle rather than a helper. Number four, if you've ever dealt with a sublet vendor that dictates to you the multitude of terms that you have to do first at the shop level in order for them to service you, or that comes in and finds the unplugged connector and says, hey, your tech left the handle unplugged, and then they actually invoice you for that with that language on it. You're never going to turn that in, you're never going to get paid for it. Nothing was solved. If the sublet resource isn't coming in to solve the problem, they are the problem, period. In a nutshell, if your sublet provider is not focused on helping you achieve results that you need to, they aren't helping you at all. In fact, they're hurting you in every way imaginable. You have three really clear decisions as a collision operator in today's market. Number one, you follow traditional sublet methods and you become dependent on subpar results. We've all been there, it exists, we know it's a thing. Number two, you staff your center and you invest in the hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment and resources to do all of your own sublets. Or three, you partner with a vendor that not only provides resources for every sublet need available, but is also hyper-focused on the collision repair shop rather than retail and a mixture of other customers. When a sublet partner is more intense on your results than they are on a myriad of retail customers, you absolutely will win.